Welcome to Highland Heights, Kentucky. This small city in Northern Kentucky only has about 7,000 people, but it has a thriving college campus with over 14,000 students. The Northern Kentucky Norse have never had a football team until this season. With the announcement of UTEP withdrawing from the season due to Corona, they've come in and decided to replace them. NKU is located 5 minutes away from Cincinnati across the Ohio River, and fortunately, Cincinnati has allowed us to use their stadium. Since we wouldn't have a field to play on without them, our home is now Nippert Stadium, and since this is the school's first season in football, our university is in pretty rough conditions. Nothing about this program's in good shape, but they can design good jerseys. They start out with the basic white jerseys, then they switch it up and get some camo ones, and then they have some pink ones as well. Along with that, they have their yellow jerseys, their black jerseys, and lastly, their throwback jerseys. They have their stadium, they have their jerseys, and now they have to get their new head coach. Fortunately for them, Andrew Luck comes in and takes the job. He'll be running a spread offense with a 3-3-5 defense. It's his first year ever coaching, so he's starting out at level 1, and I'll be playing on Heisman and 6-minute quarters. Since NKU's replacing UTEP, they're coming in on the west side of the conference, but they're going to actually swap with Charlotte, so they're on the same side as their in-state rivals, Western Kentucky. Andrew Luck had to go out and build this roster from the transfer portal, basketball team, soccer team, and any other players that'd be willing to play in the states of Kentucky and Ohio. Jason Bean's brother, Mason Bean, comes in at starting QB for us. He has 87 speed and 91 acceleration, but his throwing is a bit rough with 76 throw power and 70 throw accuracy. Hopefully Mason Bean never gets hurt, because if he does, it's going to get rough. NKU did land a big transfer in Robert Burns, and he comes in at 225 pounds with 88 speed, 74 trucking, and 84 stiff arm. Logan Farley will come in if Robert Burns ever needs a breather, but hopefully that's rare because all the halfbacks below Burns are really bad. NKU landed a big in-state transfer in Bryce Oliver from Kentucky. He's one of the most exciting people on this roster. He comes in at 84 speed, 92 excel, 70 route running, and 69 catching. He's only a sophomore, so he has a few seasons here at NKU, and he's going to be a big playmaker for the Norse. Behind him is Daquan Green. He's another in-state transfer. He entered the transfer portal from Murray State. He is a little bit slow with 79 speed, but he does have 72 route running and 73 catching. Lastly, our first basketball player, Adrian Nelson, comes in at 6'7". He also has 84 speed. He's really fast, but he's never played football before, so he only has 57 catching and 50 route running. Below these three wide receivers, it gets pretty rough, but now we're going to take a look at our starting tight end, another transfer in from Kentucky, Nick Ojanovic. He's a freshman, so he'll be with the team for a long time. He's a receiving tight end with 74 speed, 81 excel, and 70 catching. He's a big guy, so he's hard to bring down, and he's our second best receiver on this roster. I really need to be running one tight end sets though, because everyone below him is just absolutely abysmal. The offensive line you all won't really care about, everyone's horrible, but there is one bright spot to the offensive line. Jackson Gregory transferred in from Louisville, and he comes in with his 78 strength at 68 overall, and hopefully he'll help out the Norse. The edge pressure from Aiden Black and Nate Reed is going to be horrible, but luckily, Mahone from Kentucky transferred in and he's going to save our defensive line. He's only a 61 overall, but he's by far our best defensive lineman. Our two outside linebackers come in from Louisville. Turnell Troutman's playing on the left side. He doesn't really have any impressive stats, but he does have 78 speed. But PJ Blue comes in with 81 speed and 76 awareness, so hopefully he'll be pretty good in coverage. The biggest transfer Andrew Luck was able to bring in for NKU is Jamari Brown from Kentucky. He was in the transfer portal, and the 77 overall is only a sophomore. He has 87 speed, 93 excel, 82 man coverage, and 83 zone coverage. He's also going to be serving as our kick returner and punt returner because he's one of the fastest players on this team. The corners below him are pretty rough, with Liam Demko at 5'8" coming in at a 49 overall, and Devin Dixon being a 49 overall as well. At free safety, we get our second basketball player, Trayvon Faulkner, comes in, and the former Mr. Basketball winner actually played football in high school as well. He played safety, so when NKU decided they're going to have a football team, he instantly wanted to be a part of it. The 6'3" free safety has 85 speed and 72 tackling, and he is going to be my user. And lastly, Wilson Insko comes in at strong safety. He's only a 49 overall. He only has 79 speed and he's only 5'8", but he has 72 hit power and he's pretty much a mini Bob Sanders. Luckily, there were some soccer players that wanted to join the football team as well. Freshman Cam Newton comes in at kicker. He comes in from overseas. He's never played football before, but he does have 68 kick power, but unfortunately, he only has 59 kick accuracy. At punter, Brody Salos comes in with his 65 kick power and 56 kick accuracy, another soccer player that will hopefully help us win some games. This is going to be a rough start to the 2021 season. Obviously, the roster is not too strong, but let's schedule some powerhouses anyway. Week 1, we're going to be playing our rivals from across the river, Cincinnati. They might be letting us use their home stadium, but they're still our rivals. And then week 2, we're traveling to Clemson to take on the #1 team in the nation and the #1 QB prospect. So Trevor Lawrence, we're going to give you our best shot. Week 3, Andrew Luck is returning home to Stanford, and this game means the most to our head coach because he wants to beat his former school. Luckily, by week 4, we're finally getting our first home game. Kentucky decided to be nice enough to come up and play at NKU, but this could be a start to another rivalry. Week 5, we open up Conference USA conference play, playing against our rivals. We're traveling to Western Kentucky, and that's going to be a huge game. The rest of our schedule is just basic Conference USA games, and if we ever build up our school to have a big enough football program to move out of Conference USA, the plan would be to move to the American Conference and then the SEC. Everyone on this roster is absolutely horrible, so we're not redshirting anyone. And now it's time to get into some recruiting. Let's start off by seeing who's interested in the program, and Nick Young's the first prospect. Daniel Kelly runs a 4.4840, get on my board. Anthony Neal from Red Hill, South Carolina, could always be our future QB. Brad Brown has some speed on him. We have a 5-star from Kentucky this year, so we're going to have to try our hardest to get him, along with James Bass, who is a 78 overall defensive tackle. Matt Moore runs a 4.3840, he has got to be on our board. Daniel Kelly comes in with 87 speed. He might be 5'8", but I think he could be our future halfback. I really want Matt Moore out of Kentucky, 90 acceleration. It's time to sim to the regular season. Before we hop into our game against Cincinnati, we're going to do a little week 1 recruiting. Nick Young comes in at a 70 overall. Anthony Neal has decent throwing stats, but he's going to be really slow. I'm not quite sure if he could be the QB of the future, but he is 6'6". I really want Adrian Parrish from Kentucky. He's got 93 speed, and it would be huge to land a 5-star recruit out of our own state. James Bass is another 80 overall from Kentucky. I'd love to add the 6'6" defensive tackle to our team. We have 8 prospects on our recruiting board right now with all our points on them. I just noticed we were #1 for this JUCO sophomore out of Ohio, and he has 88 speed, so we're definitely going to go after him. That wraps up recruiting. It's time to get into our first game. We're starting off with the rivalry, and the arrows are shaking like crazy. They got a 95 overall corner. This could be a long game. We're starting off the season with the kick return from Jamari Brown, the transfer in from Kentucky. There he is, Andrew Luck coaching his first game for the Norse. We're going to start off with a little handoff to Robert Burns. I think it's pretty clear how horrible our offensive line is. That was bad. We're just going to take our drag. Daquan Green cannot hold on to it. We are in a 3rd and 13 already. Look at that corner route right there. The football player. Let's give Robert Burns another chance to run the ball. It looks like they're coming out with zone here. We'll take our drag. Daquan Green drops it again. The transfer from Murray State is having a hard time holding on to the ball. I'm just rolling out. I'm going to loft it up with Mason Bean, and he throws his first pick of the season. This game probably will be a blowout, but as long as we don't let it get out of hand too quickly, I'll be happy with that. Samuel Lowe making a tackle. Here we go, 3rd down. What a play by PJ Blue. I think it's pretty obvious we cannot run the ball. Mason Bean is scrambling, and he's making big plays for the team. Just like his brother Jason Bean did at Texas. Here we go. We're running it with Mason Bean, and he's getting us 6 yards. Big 3rd down for the Norse right here. It looks like we're going to have the zig route. Adrian Nelson holds on to it. The basketball player's having a great impact so far. We're going with a read option here. Mason Bean takes off. And look at that. He's picking up a solid 8 yards. He's far more effective for us on the ground than in the air. It looks like they're running man-to-man coverage. Mason Bean delivers a dot, and the Kentucky transfer, Bryce Oliver, holds on to it. We just have to slowly move this ball down the field. It's very obvious that we're not going to be able to run the ball. Come on. That's a dot. Mason Bean's coming out and delivering. We're going with the Wildcat to Robert Burns, and he's getting nowhere. We're giving the soccer player Cam Newton a chance to kick his first field goal ever. Can he do it? He does. The soccer player comes up big for us. Let's see how far he can kick the ball off as well. Not bad. He almost got it all the way to the other team's end zone. It's a good thing we got a couple NKU soccer players on the team. Do I think this will hold up? Absolutely not. But we will enjoy it for as long as we can. Someone make a tackle. Come on. PJ Blue brings him down. Big play right here. Come on. It's 3rd down. And I just couldn't user it right. They're just slowly running the ball all over us. Wilson Insco, tackle in the backfield. Trayvon Faulkner, my user, right here. Another handoff. The basketball player gets out there, and there's another tackle for loss. NKU has to make a statement against the rivals here. 4th and 3. They're going for this like I'd expect. What do they have for us? They ran the ball. No, we can't get the tackle. That's okay. We're just trying to stay in this game as long as possible. I made a mistake with my user, and just like that, they have another 1st down. What are they going with the pass underneath? Oh, they have a dot. Jamari Brown just got hurt on the kick return. That's our best corner right there, going out with an injury. We might have to take him off the return team. Look at that. Just like that, Logan Farley making plays. We're going to have to sub in Liam Demko until Jamari Brown can come back fully healthy. He's our best defensive player. We cannot lose him for the season. We'll take the underneath. If you think about it, we haven't gotten Bryce Oliver involved much. We're going to take our flats. Nick Ojanovic just made a huge play for us right there. The tight end transfer from Kentucky just broke a ton of tackles, and now he's making another catch. Never mind, he dropped it. There we go. Mason Bean got him with the read option, and he is gonna go. Not all the way. It's crucial we can get into the end zone here. Robert Burns getting blown up in the backfield. 3rd and 13 right here. I don't know what to throw. Mason Bean just takes the flat. Adrian Nelson drops it, and Cam Newton, the soccer player, kicks another field goal. The longer we can keep this game close, the better. 2 slants. They threw the one I didn't use her. Big defensive play here. They get the first down, but they're hurrying it up for some reason. No, they have a corner out dot. Trayvon Faulkner can't get there. Instead of just taking their 3, they're actually going for it. Can we please hold them? Come on. Good defense. Unfortunately, they still have time to take their 3. You know what? We're playing great football. 10-6 at the half against the number 20 team in the nation for our first game ever as a football program is not bad. Trayvon Faulkner cannot get into the gap, but look at that. Turnell Troutman, the transfer from Louisville, making tackles. Andrew Luck did a great job in the transfer portal. With this team, they're taking the underneath and we can't stop it. They go with the run to the outside. Samuel Lowe making the tackle. And now they're dropping back to pass the ball. We cannot stop their tight end on those low curl routes. They got us with the read option here. Come on, Prince, make the tackle.
Why are you running?
It looks like they're running it. I shoot the gap with Trayvon Faulkner. If we can come out and stop this right here, we might be in a decent position. Trayvon Faulkner couldn't get in there. Look at that. Jamari Brown can't make the tackle. And Cincinnati gets in and takes a 17-6 lead. Jamari Brown's not injured anymore, but he couldn't make a big tackle for us. He can get a nice kick return, though. Let's go, Jamari. We're in a tough position. Down 2 possessions against our rivals that are much better than us. Mason Bean's getting the job done, though. They're pressing Bryce Oliver. We're going to try throw it up to him. It's not open. We'll take the check down to Robert Burns. If Robert Burns had an offensive line, I think he'd be really good on this team. There he goes, knocking people over. Keep going. What a stud Robert Burns is. We're going to get him into the open field. Again, breaking tackles.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Everyone was covered on 3rd down. We just had to take off with Mason Bean, and he picked up the easy first down. Hopefully this is some cover 2 right here. It is. Can Mason Bean deliver a dot? Bryce Oliver catches it. What a dot right there by Mason Bean. We are not out of this game yet. Andrew Luck is happy. They're coming out, running the ball. I'm sure of it. The question is, can we stop it? No way. Number 11's gone. They just ran all over our team right there. No one could get the tackle. What a heartbreaking play right there after we just came out and worked so hard to get down the field. Now we can't play at our own pace. We have to come out and just sling the ball a ton, which is going to get rough. Robert Burns open in the flat. We'll take it. They're definitely bringing blitzers in here. I saw it coming. Let's throw it up to our 7-6 receiver. He can't come down with it. 4th and 6. If we don't get this, we're out of the game. Look at that dot. Adrian Nelson holds on to it. Adrian Nelson's been absolutely huge for us. The basketball player comes out and makes another catch. If we want to win this game, we need to get into the end zone fast. Mason Bean on the read option. Now we're going to just hand this one off to Robert Burns. Running the ball is literally not possible right here. Big 3rd down. Mason Bean tries to throw a dot. And the 95 overall corner picks it off. Just like that. And it looks like a pick 6 too. Come on, Mason Bean, make the tackle. No way. Adrian Nelson can't get back to him. Boys, this game is all of a sudden going to crap. I'm honestly proud of the boys. They came out and put up a great fight against their rival in their first game ever as a football program. Mason Bean trying to get the first down for us, and he can't make it. We need to pick up this 4th down right here. And look at that dot from Corey Caudill. Bryce Oliver holds onto it. It seems like Mason Bean's hurt. And it turns out he has a mild concussion and he's just out for the game. At least we're seeing what the backups are all about right here. And what a dot. Corey Caudill has come in and he's made plays. A dot again. Bryce Oliver comes down with it, and the backup QB's making some noise for himself right now. Bryce Oliver on the corner route. That's a touchdown. Honestly, boys, not a bad first game. Mason Bean came out and threw for 175 yards and rushed for 83. He was solid. Robert Burns, however, could not get any open space. He did have 4 catches out of the backfield. Adrian Nelson and Bryce Oliver look like our best receivers. Khalil Warfield also came in and made some nice catches for us. Defensively, Samuel Lowe is our tackle leader, and Josh Ortega had 2 sacks. The transfer from Louisville, Trinell Troutman, had 3 tackles for loss, and the soccer player Cam Newton, he made both his field goals and he made his extra point. We might have lost our first game, but I'm proud of the team. NKU says you win some, you lose some, just don't make losing a habit. I don't know how we're going to possibly hit 5 target wins, but we'll give it our best shot. I will see you guys in week 2, where we take on Trevor Lawrence and number 1 Clemson.